so now we have exported our customer saved search into Excel. And in this lesson, I'm going to show you how we're going to update this Excel file and then use this to prepare to upload into NetSuite. So we've got our Excel file. I'm going to quickly remember our assignment was to update the email address for any customers that are missing an email, and then to add a sales rep to any customer that's missing a sales rep. So I'm going to add a filter for the email. I'm just going to put in a dummy email address for that. And it's important to remember when you're modifying these spreadsheets, the only field that you can't really change is this internal ID, right? Because this number will never change. For example, customer blue pumpkin, you could change the name to green pumpkin, purple pumpkin, but the ID will always be 318 regardless of the name. And so it's really important that as you're modifying your spreadsheet, you keep track of that internal ID, because otherwise you can get into trouble with a modification. And I'll show you a trick later in this video to ensure that you don't mix that up accidentally. Okay, so we've added our email address, and then we've got two sales reps that are Will Clark, and we're going to say Lottie Watson here. She is going to take over any of the A through J customers, and then Rachel Bennett is going to take over, we'll say after K. And what I'm putting the name here now, but the main field I'm going to map to is this internal ID. And thankfully, because we set internal ID at the very beginning of our course, we've got internal ID right here populated. So I can just grab that, and I'm just going to copy and paste this all the way down. Actually, here we got to update the name, I guess. Lottie Watson 741. We'll just copy this, and we said A through K goes to Lottie, and then Rachel gets everybody else. And we'll just leave Will in there. Okay, great. So now I'm going to save this file, and now to upload this into NetSuite, we need to do this as a CSV. So right now we just have a regular Excel file. So I'm going to save the file, the CSV type, and we'll say customer update 12/10/22. And then what I'm also going to do is save another one, and I'm going to call it test. I'm just going to select the first customer. And the main reason that I do this is because I want to, one, validate that my update file is configured correctly, which we'll go through in the next lesson. But I also want to make sure that when I update this customer, everything is going correctly, right? I only upload one single customer. So if I have a mistake in my file or something isn't mapped correctly, I'll catch it rather than updating everything, and then you've got a big mess on your hands. The other nice thing is you can validate that there's no workflow that your update is getting caught up in. So you don't want to have a customer where you update the record, but then now it's in a pending approval workflow. Maybe there is a case where you want that to happen, but oftentimes in my world, I'm updating records in pre-go live implementations. And so I don't want to have, everything should be approved. So those are the couple reasons why I like to use the test. Okay, so we've got our files now, we're ready to go. And in the next class, we're going to walk through how do you actually upload these files into NetSuite. I'll see you in the next class.